Hello everyone, and in today's unboxing video I will be unboxing this WEN 3-speed remote control air filtration system. Now I know what you're thinking, really Jim, another WEN product? I swear I'm not being sponsored. So far I've just been building up my shop with WEN products because they're an affordable tool brand and I am really liking their tools. So far I haven't had any issues with anything. I even recently bought a used WEN 9-inch bandsaw, which was practically like new. But since it didn't come in the original box, you know, no unboxing. But so far I have to say that I really enjoy it, and in a recent video I was already using it and it worked pretty well. So, on to this. It's been about a year and a half or so that I've had my shop, but I hadn't invested in a air filtration system. I've just been using a shop vac to get dust when it's connected to tools, or also using it to clean up afterward, or I've been also using face masks. But I still have noticed quite amount of dust build up all over the shop, different areas, places I didn't even know dust was traveling to. All that real micro fine dust has been accumulating, and I figured, you know what, it's time. And I'm going to be doing a rehaul and redesigning and arranging of my little shop here. And so wherever I do put this up on the ceiling, it's probably going to be temporary just to test it out for see how it works and the purpose of this video. Most likely later on, once I'm done rehabbing everything and, you know, adding walls and insulation and a proper ceiling, which I still don't have just yet, I'll find a more permanent home for it. But I think a good way too to show the difference before and after as I try this out is to walk real quick here, and you can see on top of this here is my Craftsman drill press. You can see how thick the dust is here. So what I'm going to do after I've tested out the system for a couple weeks and a few projects will be to test certain areas where they have a lot of dust right now, and that's how I'll be able to contrast how well it works. It has 3 different speeds. They're supposed to work really well, and it's like double filtration. So anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get to this unboxing. So I'll be doing this unboxing from the floor here because it's a pretty large box. So I apologize if it's not really shot at some great angles. Once I take everything out the box, I'll lay it out on my workbench for a better view. We got the instructions here. Safety rules. As always, I recommend that on your own time, if you get this product or something similar, always read through your booklet. Make sure you know your product in and out before you start using it. Looks pretty simple. Pretty easy installation. The interesting thing is when I install it up on the ceiling, it's probably going to be pretty low because I don't have a very high ceiling in my shop. So I'm going to have to put it low and then just out of the way. At least, like I said, it's just going to be temporary where I place it. Okay. I feel this unit is much larger than I thought it was. These pictures, I didn't read the dimensions and it looked like it was smaller, but it's definitely a lot larger. So in my small shop, it's definitely going to be one of the larger tools. Oh, looks like I don't have much of of a choice here. I'm kind of pinned, so I'm going to have to break this. Normally I wouldn't break the styrofoam, but I won't be able to get a good shot in the camera otherwise. It's, like I said, it's much larger than I thought it was. Wow. Let's move this small box here. I'm going to assume that it's the hanging tools, the chain, and probably the remote. Let's put that to the side. And let's try and move around here and get this out of the box. What I'm going to do is put this onto my workbench and hopefully get a better shot. Alright, so here is the unit on my workbench. Again, I'm still surprised about how large it is. But anyway, I figure we'll look at this before we'll open the box. I already figured out that in order to change the filters, you will bring this little clip back here. There's one on the bottom as well. And right inside this is the outer filter, air filter. It just comes right out. And then in here you can see there is the secondary filtration system, which is kind of like a more like fry baskets is the best way I could describe it. Whereas this is like the type of filter you see standard in a car or even a house furnace. Yeah, this one seems more, actually no, you know what, this seems more like a dust mask actually on the inside. As you can see right there. And then just put it right back in place here very easily. Up top here, these are just placeholder screws for the hook attachments that I'll open up in a second here that hang the unit up in the ceiling. And it has this nice handle at the top here, so when you're holding it. Now let's turn it towards the front. Right here you can see the controls. So this is where the clean air will come out from, because it will come into the back of the unit, come out here. You can see it has a fuse notification. See the fuse is right here, so you unscrew it. And then it has timers, which would be nice, like if you just want to have it on cleaning the air for a certain amount of time, or if you walk away and you want it to turn off later on, you set it for an hour, 2 hours, up, and then 4 hours. And I guess you could turn the unit on by hand, or you could use the remote. So let's open up the little box that it came with. First here is the remote. Pretty light. Does not come with batteries. I'm gonna have to get some AA batteries. I want to note that. And the colors, they match, well, like a stoplight. Off is red, on is green, and time is yellow. Very simple. That on top. Next up we have the hooks. These orange coated ones are the ones that go to the top of the unit, and then these will be the hooks that will go into your the ceiling. And then these chains, you have to adjust them depending on the angle of your unit. Oh, and it does come with batteries. Never mind. There we go. These are off-brand, so you probably have to replace them not that long after, I imagine. Or maybe they'll last a while, because depending on how often you use the remote, I'm not sure. I do know that this remote is like radio operated, so you don't have to be pointing straight at it. Whereas opposed to other remotes, you have to like infrared or whatnot and get them pointed straight at it. To a sensor, that is. So before I try and put this unit up, let's give it a little test. Alright, right off the bat, it's working. I can feel that air. It looks like it started off on low speed and it's automatically set for 2 hours. So here I can raise the speed. There goes medium and high. Then let's see, adjust the time. Okay. Let's bring it back down on speed. Back to low. See if I could just set it here. See. Yep, I could leave it for an hour if I like. Alright, let's turn it off. Oh, very nice. I am definitely excited to try this out. What I'm going to do next is find the place I want to temporarily put it up. I probably will not film that, seeing as how my shop is very cramped and I doubt I can get a good shot. As I'm doing it, I might knock over the camera trying to move around. So I'll definitely show it though after I've set it up. Really quick, I just want to show everyone how easy it is to install the hangers that the unit will be on. You just simply unscrew this. You might need a screwdriver just to loosen it a little bit. You can just hand take it out like so, and then you get the orange tipped hook it comes with and a nut that it has, and you place the nut a little bit on there and then screw it into the unit, and you will adjust this as you need it depending on the length of your shop, but you can put it in deeper if you need to, but then you could hand tighten it from this point. And then what you would do is use your chain here and hook it on to the length that you would need. Most likely I probably won't be using the chain because again my shop is not that high, so I might just connect it, the hook that goes onto the ceiling directly on to this hook, just for space reasons. But people with larger shops I'm sure will definitely use the chain, especially if you're using it in a garage. You'll definitely have the length or height to use it. Hello everyone, and now it has been about 2.5 months since I got this air filtration system, and I'm happy to report back that it worked very well. This is how I set it up, as you can see here, and this is still temporary, but I set it up with the chains in between the top ceiling rafters up there. I really wanted to give it a shot first before finding a dedicated space for it. Now, I'm still in the process of doing some renovations and whatnot in here, so this is where I've had it for the time being, and it still worked pretty well. As you can see here, you can see in the inside where all the dust is collected. And to show you again, my top of my drill press here, You can see that dust has accumulated, but it's much thinner than it was the first time. And this is after 2.5 months. Whereas when I showed it earlier in the video, that was almost something on the weekly basis that I would have that much of accumulation of dust because it just was going that much everywhere without the filtration unit. I imagine to reduce having any sort of dust like this in my shop, I have to use better methods of dust collection per the tool that I'm using, which not every tool has really good capabilities or needs a filter or better attachments. So eventually I will get that. But overall, I noticed that this device has made a huge difference in my shop, and I would strongly recommend anyone's shop having a device like this, because it definitely reduces things and just makes it overall safer for you and also less to clean up. Like I said before, eventually soon I will find a better spot to place this up on the ceiling, but for now this is where it stands. If I've had to use anything around it, I've had to take it off, dismount it, which is kind of difficult because it's kind of cumbersome to do it by yourself, to lift this up, especially in a confined space like mine. So it can be a little bit heavy trying to hang it up, so keep that in mind if you end up getting one of these units, because I think that they're probably all around the same weight and dimensions. But again, overall, I would highly recommend this, and once again, I really enjoy the products that WEN makes, and I'll probably seek out some other items in the future. Until next time, this is Jim Vargas, the Woodworking Illustrator. Cheers.